fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The damn thing shimmered, an iridescent monstrosity of silk and steel, pulsating with an energy that tickled my skin with 1,000 tiny, unwelcome kisses. I glared at it, propped up on the dummy in my workshop, as if the sheer force of my animosity could somehow unenchant it back into the raw materials it had so tragically misused. They call it the armor of destiny, the pinnacle of an adventurer's journey, a personalized set of equipment bestowed upon those who reach the peak of their power. In theory, it was supposed to be a symbol of prestige, a testament to years of blood, sweat, and near-death experiences. In reality, it was a cosmic joke. Mine, apparently, was designed by a lovesick pixie on a sugar rush. The breastplate, a polished steel sculpted into what I could only describe as stylized butterfly wings, was bad enough. But the rest was a symphony of sartorial sins. A flowing skirt of iridescent silk, split to reveal thigh-high boots crafted from the same steel as the breastplate, but somehow even more offensively ornate. And the helmet, sweet mother, the helmet. A towering creation of feathers and gems that made me look like a demented peacock ready for a rave. I'd spent my life cultivating a reputation. Reese, the Shadowblade, ruthless, efficient, intimidating. This would destroy everything. Having a moment with your destiny. The voice, laced with amusement and just the right amount of mockery, sent a shiver down my spine. I didn't turn around, I didn't need to. I knew exactly who was leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed, a predatory gleam in his golden eyes. "Get out, Kale," I growled. Kalen, my nemesis, my rival, let's just say we had a complicated relationship. We'd been locked in a bitter competition since we were both fledgling adventurers, constantly trying to one-up each other, pushing each other to the very edge. He was everything I wasn't, charismatic, flamboyant, infuriatingly good-natured, and frustratingly skilled. He pushed himself off the doorframe and sauntered into the room, his own armor, practical, dark leather reinforced with steel, perfectly suited to his lithe frame, a stark contrast to the abomination before me. "Admiring the craftsmanship, are you? They really outdid themselves this time. You almost look pretty." I said, "Get out." I finally turned, my hand instinctively reaching for the daggers hidden beneath my tunic. He stopped a few feet away, his smile fading slightly, replaced by something else. Something that made my stomach clench and my breath catch in my throat. He'd always been beautiful, Kalen, but now, with the light catching his cheekbones and highlighting the sharp angles of his jaw, he was breathtaking. "You haven't worn it yet, have you?" he asked, his voice softer now. I didn't answer. He didn't need an answer. He stepped closer, his hand reaching out towards the breastplate. I flinched, but didn't move away. His fingers traced the delicate curve of the steel. "It's powerful, Reese. You can feel it, can't you?" I could. The energy thrumming from the armor was undeniable. I could sense the potent enchantments woven into every fiber, the protective wards, the offensive capabilities. It was a weapon, a force multiplier, and yet... "It's ridiculous," I muttered. He chuckled, a low, rumbling sound that vibrated through me. "It is that, but destiny doesn't always come in a package we expect, does it?" He moved his hand, tracing the outline of the skirt. "I'd say it was meant to be worn when you are dealing with fae, or perhaps even a siren or two. The silk will charm them, and the steel is more than strong enough to protect you." I scoffed. "I don't need armor to deal with those people. They're dangerous, not stupid." "That is why it would work perfectly." Kale stared me directly in the eyes. "They would not suspect such a powerful being would disguise itself in such a silly manner. You can hide in plain sight now." "Besides," he continued, his voice dropping to a near whisper, his fingers brushing against my arm, "it's not about the style, it's about the power. It amplifies your own, Reese. It makes you more vulnerable, I thought, more exposed." He leaned in closer, his breath warm on my neck. "I can help you, learn to use it, master it." The offer hung in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. He wanted to help me, he wanted to be close to me. But why? We were rivals, enemies, weren't we? "Why?" I asked, the word barely a breath. He pulled back slightly, his expression unreadable. "Because I want to see what you can do with it, because I want to see you succeed." I didn't believe him, not entirely. There was something else there, something hidden beneath the surface, something I couldn't quite grasp. "And what's in it for you?" I challenged. He smiled, a slow, dangerous smile that sent another shiver down my spine. Maybe I just want to see you in a skirt. The words were teasing, but the intensity in his eyes was anything but. He wanted something from me, something more than just a victory. I stepped back, putting some distance between us. I don't need your help, Kalen. Don't you? He raised an eyebrow. Because from where I'm standing, you look like you're about to have a complete meltdown over a few pieces of fabric and metal. He was right. I was terrified, not just of the armor, but of what it represented, of the power it promised, of the attention it would draw, especially from him. Leave, I said, my voice firm this time. He sighed, a hint of disappointment in his eyes. Fine, but don't say I didn't offer. He turned and walked towards the door, and Reese. I tensed, waiting for the inevitable jab. Don't let it defeat you, embrace it, and maybe, just maybe, you'll surprise yourself. He left, leaving me alone with the shimmering monstrosity. I stared at it, my mind racing. He was right, I couldn't let it defeat me. I had to find a way to use it, to master it, but the thought of actually wearing it, of exposing myself in such a way, it filled me with dread. I closed my eyes, trying to calm my racing heart. When I opened them again, I had a decision. I reached out and touched the breastplate, my fingers tracing the delicate curve of the steel. The energy thrummed through me, stronger now, more insistent. I could feel the power waiting to be unleashed. I took a deep breath. Fine, I whispered to the empty room. Let's see what you've got. I stripped off my tunic and reached for the breastplate. As the cold steel touched my skin, a jolt of energy surged through me, making me gasp. The armor seemed to mold to my body, fitting me perfectly, as if it had been crafted specifically for me. I looked in the mirror and my breath caught in my throat. It was still ridiculous, but it was also powerful. I could feel the magic surging through me, amplifying my strength, sharpening my senses. And then I felt it, a presence close, too close. I whirled around, my hand instinctively reaching for my daggers, and there he was, Kalen, standing in the doorway, a look of shock and something else on his face. What are you doing here? I demanded, my voice tight. He didn't answer, he just stared at me, his eyes traveling over my body, taking in every detail of the armor. You look, he started, then stopped, his throat working. Ridiculous, I supplied. He shook his head slowly. No, you look magnificent. And then before I could react, he was across the room, his hands on my face, his lips crashing down on mine. The kiss was fierce, demanding, possessive. It was everything I had ever wanted and everything I had ever feared. And as I kissed him back, my hands tangling in his hair, I knew that my life, my destiny, had just taken a very unexpected turn. A low growl escaped Kalen's throat, and as he pulled away, I realized his eyes had changed. They were now the same as mine, a dark shade that meant only one thing. Reese, he breathed, you're my mate.